we've got some new stuff to play with. Alright guys, let's see what we got here. All these are from Madmicas, and I ordered their, I can't remember what they called it, a neon. I think it was their neon collection. And so you got all their neon colors and in one order. Now you can order any of these individually, but I thought I would just go ahead and order the entire lineup to see what I like. And you know, with crappie fishing, real bright neon colors usually do real good. And then I also, just for curiosity, ordered some glow powder. And so I'm going to show these to you real quick and let you see what all it is and the name. And I also got another one here that's a little different, and so we'll get to that. So let's start at the top and we'll move them out of the way. So what I have here is the Madmicas Glow Green, and so this is a glow powder, and I'm hoping I can add this. We'll have to try it maybe in just plastisol by itself, and maybe even add it to some more transparent colors and see if it doesn't add that glow effect to it. I'm not sure if this is a UV, like it only glows under UV, or if you charge it using UV light and then it glows on its own. So it'll be interesting. I'm sure we'll find something to do with this, and so we'll set that over here. And the next one is not a color. This is called Nina Simone Sparkles, and that is a very sparkly color, or not color, but powder. And you can see it's a very fine powder, and so I'm sure that'll look good in some of these smaller panfish baits. Then let's move on over to our first neon powder, and this is called Tennis Ball Breaker, and we can see how bright that is. And I have opened these jars just to look at, and they are a very, very, very fine powder. I'm talking about powdered sugar, powdered or smaller particles. And so but that one's Tennis Ball Breaker. I'm sure that'll look good in some crappie baits, kind of almost a chartreuse color there. And let's go on down the line. Here we have, this one's called Radioactive, a very bright lime green. Well, I'm not sure if that would technically be a lime green or not, but it's a very bright green, and that's kind of the color I like for my logo. And so I'm sure it'll look good in some crappie baits as well. And then we go to Blue Shocker, the Blue Shocker. And I'm not going to describe and talk about everything because it'll take too long. You can see it and what it looks like. This is Grape Ape. And then we'll go to Tickled Pink. That is bright. I bet you that would do good in trout colors, for trout. And then we have Pretty Kitty. That's also a pink. Very bright. I'm sure that'll do well for trout. And then Brazen Hussy. I wonder who they named that after. And this is starting to get more on the orange side. Brazen Hussy. I know a few of them. And then here's Cheesy Poof. And I opened the lid up earlier, and it looks like the powder that your fingers are covered with after you eat Cheetos or something. So Cheesy Poof, very bright orange. and then we go to flotation device. And that's more of going to like a hunter green. Sorry, it's been a long couple of days. That's more of a hunter orange, very bright neon orange right there. So that's all of those. And so we've got, let's see, 3, 6, 9 total in the mica powders. And then we have the one thing of glitter and then the one thing of glow powder. They did throw in this. This is a sample, gave us a free sample. And this is called Always a Bridesmaid. And so they don't have what I would consider a red in their mica powder, neon mica powder, but so this kind of filled in a gap there, and it's a small bag, but 5 grams, but I'm sure it'll stretch pretty good ways. Usually the powder does. So anyway, we're excited to get into using some of these and seeing how they react to plastisol. I know Adam over at SDG Custom Lorecraft got the sticker right here on the microwave. He has used Madmicas. As a matter of fact, I was watching one of his videos and got me interested in trying these Madmicas, and so we're looking forward to that. And got some new. Let's see here if I can find it. Got some new stuff. Hold on. Sorry about that. Got some new stuff. My first time trying some of the 8-bit baits stuff, and so I'm excited about using some of that. Got some mica shift powder. Got a couple of those. We've got Tempest and Rhodium in the mica shift powder. Got a thing of Siren Scales and the Glimmer Fin, and Beskar and the Siren Scales, and then we got some Pixie Dust here, and we've got that in Warmouth. And I would like to try the Neo and a couple of those other, but they're always sold out. They're very popular apparently. So, but hopefully one of these days I'll be able to catch them, and we'll be able to showcase some of those. But in the meantime, let's get this video started and play around with some of these new color powders and all this good stuff. See you on the flip side. Okay guys, so let's talk about what we're going to do right quick. I actually have an example. I thought, let's try to replicate Electric Chicken, or our rendition of Electric Chicken, while using these Madmicas. And so if you don't know, here's what Electric Chicken looks like. It's a pink top with a green belly, and the belly has silver flake in it. Of course, this one does, which is a Bobby Garland bait, and so we're going to try to replicate that, but we're going to put our twist on it by using the Madmica stuff, and then instead of just plain silver flake, I thought, what a better time to introduce some 8-bit bait stuff and to use some Siren Scales in the bottom. And boy, that'll really spice it up. You can see all the sparkle in that. Excuse me. But that's what we're going to do. And so let's get our plastic heated up, and then we'll be right back, and we'll start this color build and use these Madmicas and the Siren Scales for the first time on the channel. So stick around. Hope you enjoy the video. All right, guys, we got our plastic heated up, and we're going to start over here, build this top color first. And I'm using a half a cup of plastic in each cup. And so Boy, I tell you what, that stuff is vibrant. There's the lid. And you want to talk about glowing. That stuff is glowing. So since I'm starting off with a half, I thought what I would do is start off with a dash or a 1/18 of a teaspoon. So that would basically, it would be a quarter teaspoon. And so we're going to build this top color, and we're going to start with an eighth, maybe a little heaping, and dip that down in there so that we can peel that off cleanly, hopefully. And let's see what that does. This stuff is very fine, very powdery, and this is our first time using it. I hope I didn't start off with too much, but we shall see. Now, we're not really going for an exact match on the electric chicken. We're just doing the Madmicas version of electric chicken, and I think it'll turn out cool either way. So, because that's so powdery, I want to make sure we get all that mixed in real good. Make sure it don't clump. Let's see if we can get our off the spoon, a measuring thing here. Yeah, not too bad. Might have a little bit to wipe out of there. So, but so far I like the concentration. Well, still got a little bit of some chunks floating in there, but you just got to stir it up real good. But I think I'm gonna, let's see, because if you notice, if you do the stick test, it disappears pretty quick. So let's stick with that. And I'm going to reheat this up so that it's starting to get a little bit thick on me. So I'm going to heat it back up. This still looks alright. I'll tell you what, let me go ahead and put some of this in there, and then we will go from there. Let me get another. Let's see here. I think I'll just do the quarter teaspoon, but I just go half of a scoop here. So there we go. About a quarter. Stir that in. See how close that gets us. I first saw these Madmica powders on Adam's channel over at SDG Custom Lorecraft, and he was using some of the neons and some of their other stuff, and but I wanted to try these neons. You could get them all in a pack. So I thought, well, why not? Be a little bit different. So there we go with that. I think our saturation is pretty similar. And let me heat these back up, and then we will come back and add the siren scales. We'll be right back. Alright guys, there's nothing in the top color, which is our pink, but there is something there's in a regular electric chicken, at least the Bobby Garland, there is some silver flake. It's just plain, it's not holographic silver flake. But we want to kind of spice it up a little bit. So we're going to go with these siren scales, and this is the Beskar siren scales. And I think a good place to start would be probably that same 1/8 of a teaspoon, just to give us a starting point. And let's see what that gets us here. I'm kind of going with the less is more strategy here. And so we'll see. Hopefully that will be enough. I'm not sure if the siren scales are heat sensitive or not. Hope they're not, because I think I put them in fairly hot. But this is how we learn, isn't it? Let me see what we're at right now. Seen a 320, 318-ish. So, and it looks pretty on the stick, on the stirring stick there. Let's give our pink another stir. See what we got here. It's a little bit hotter. Seen a 324 there. That should be fine. Alright, so we're going to set these over here and get our injector, reset the camera, and get ready to shoot. Got our dual injector here. Let's see what we can do. Everything's cold, so hopefully we won't. Okay. All right, let's start out right here with these. Two-inch crappie crushers here. Ooh. Sprue looked good. Let's go over here and see what we got. Right here. And then, where to go next? Let's go right here. I don't know if it's going to go anymore. Maybe. Might be getting too thick. Alright, let's stop right there. Just in case things are cooling off a little too much. And, boy, I tell you, the colors are glowing. Alright, we'll let these cool off and we'll see what we got. We might have a little surprise for you. You never know. Let's set these over and see what we have. First off, and of course, you know I love the crappie crushers, 2-inch crappie crushers. Let me move Let me move you guys in a little closer. I might have been a little too close. That's all right. So here we go. Here's the bottom, and so I'm going to hold the sprue right there so that when I open this up, it'll tend to keep those baits in there. Well, we got kind of a peach color, considering I guess the green kind of made a peachy color, but still, that's still not a bad effort. The green is really green, and the top is kind of turned a peachy color. So it's not a pink, even though it's hot pink. You can see the difference that green makes. And I'm also seeing some spots, and that's my fault, because I must not have got it stirred up as good as I needed to. But not a bad looking electric chicken, or at least an attempt at it. So I'll certainly fish with it. I mean, look at the lamination lines. It laminated real well. Of course, it was the same measurement, top and bottom, with the pigment. The actual color of electric chicken with Bobby Garland is, you can see, is well, maybe you can see, it's like a bubble gum color. But you know, we didn't really care, because we weren't trying to perfectly match this. We wanted to try out these mica powders, and thought that would be a good place to start. And so I'm tickled with it. I think it'll fish. And so that's pretty neat. Ladies over here. And let's see what else we shot. What else did we have here? Well, it looks like we might have a new visitor to the Preacher's Creatures bait shop. I don't know that they filled out, but we got nope, they didn't fill out. We got two of them. We'll showcase that off. Of course, this was the last one we shot, and I didn't feel like it was filling out all the way. So instead of wasting more plastic trying to shoot something else, I just stopped. But we got one out of it. That laminated pretty good. So I got two of them. Not bad. As these molds heat up, they'll shoot a lot better. That was on me. So set these over, and I'm hoping this next one's shot, because it's also a new to me mold, and that is the 1.7 inch whip wad, 12 cavity. And so we're gonna pop this bad boy open. Look at those little beauties. That is awesome. They didn't fill out all the way. Again, that's my fault. But some of them did. Let's get I think this piece comes out. So let's find the one that did. This one. These two down here. They came out. I'll just have to reshoot that one. Look at that little booger. That one flashed a little bit. It's crazy that one flashed and then one came out perfect, and then the rest didn't fill in, but we'll redo it. See what we come up with. But I like that bait. You know, all the rage now is those minis. And that's one of the reasons I picked this one. Is for the minis. So we're going to stop the video and reset and reshoot these. Alright, let's try to shoot these. We're going to try to shoot these wood pods again. So, got that on. Let's get our drill injector. Get that out of the way. And we're going to give it another try. Not every time. Don't always go perfect. And so, there we go. Put that in there. It's nice and smooth. Let's try these 2-inch stone flies again. Okay. There we go. A good turnout on the crappie crusher, so I'm going to hold off on it. Alright guys, so we got our molds out of the air vise, and this is our second attempt at these. Again, it's my fault. I shot the molds cold. It's cool down here in my basement. Eventually, I'm probably going to get a warming, not necessarily a warming tray, but like a griddle, a cheap griddle or something like that, so that I can heat up my molds prior to shooting them. But anyway, that's on me. But let's take a look at these, see what we got here. We got the stone fly. This is the 2-inch stone fly from Epic Bait Molds. And we're going to crack this puppy open, see how it looks in electric chicken. Yeah, they all filled out that time. I heated my stuff up a little bit warmer, and so there we go. The Madmicas version of electric chicken. And again, I need to do a better job stirring up that pink, because we got a little bit of powder in there. You can see that, and that's on me. But then there's the green side, and I mentioned about the siren scales. They're not shining through the way that they do, but when I was pulling the plugs out of the dual injectors, I noticed that the siren scales that were at the top, that were right at the surface, they were shining, they were reflecting like they were in there. So it must just be that this color green is not as transparent as I thought for them to shine through. Again, learning as we go. So yeah, those are neat. I like those 2-inch stonefly larvae, and they'll take a little bit bigger hook than their smaller brothers, but it's okay. I make my own jig heads, 1/64, which I think takes a number 8 hook, and then 1/80, which takes a number 10 hook, and those are small jig heads. And then the 1.7-inch Epic whip wad, 12 cavity. So let's look and see what we got here. Peel these beautiful critters. Man, I love these little things. I mean, it's like a curly tail, but they're just they've got so much more detail in the bodies. But had a few that didn't complete. But again, as it warms up, it'll do a lot better, and that's on me. That's not the. But my first time shooting this mold, my first time trying to laminate this mold, and it's got a different system than what I have used in the past. It has this insert that goes, this metal insert that goes in the mold, and then it's got a unique way that it twists that around so that you can laminate this bait even though it's oriented like that, up and down in the mold. Normally a mold like this you can't laminate because basically the only way you can laminate it is it would be side to side. But I tell you what, let's talk about the Madmicas colors. And I don't know how much of this you could pick up on the camera, but those things are glowing. I mean, they are bright. I mean, that's what you expect out of a neon, but you just never know until you try. But man, these things are just I mean, just magnificent. The way those little boogers, trying to get it, I mean, they just glow. I really like that. I really like that profile. And, you know, the going thing now is these little mini baits and stuff. And trying to remember the name of the Bobby Garland style. But anyhow, you can see that's laminated. It laminated all the way through the tail. And so that is very promising from those Madmicas. So the little whip wad, finally got my hands on it. And I got had a subscriber reach out to me about trying to do some bigger baits. And I don't normally fish bigger baits, you know, but I do like to go down to the coast of North and South Carolina and fish some. And so that would be a good place for those to come in handy. And so I'm thinking about trying to get a bigger swim bait or a fluke style bait, and trying that, adding that to the inventory. But we'll have to save up, as they say. But until then, we're going to cut the video here. I hope you enjoyed it. And what we'll do is over the next series of videos is we will show more of these Madmicas, what they look like, and maybe singles, maybe doubles, not sure. But man, that is absolutely gorgeous. They look like little tropical fish with that those neon pink and green. That is beautiful. I love that. Little tropical guppies. So anyway, we're going to cut the video off here. Hey guys, I really appreciate all the subscribers, all the comments and things that you guys interact with me on the channel. And, you know, we're shooting for 1,000 now. I think the last time I checked, I had like maybe 527 or 528 subscribers, somewhere in there. So we're on our way. And, you know, I just appreciate all the support, and thank you guys for all you do for the channel. And, you know, who knows, maybe in a few months we'll be hitting that 1,000 subscriber mark, and that'll open new doors for us. And but we just enjoy doing it, and hope you enjoy watching it. And until the next time, don't forget, you'll love the features of Preacher's Creatures.